Okay, we ready to roll, folks? Oh, you guys got your paperwork ready?
Let's go to
Call to order the workshop session for Common Council meeting October 3rd, 2017 at 5:05 p.m. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Here.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Here.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Here.
Councilmember Shikawa.
Here.
Councilmember at-large Wisha.
Present. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Since this is a workshop session, we'll skip over number 2, certification of the prior meetings. We'll skip over number 3, reading of the privilege of the floor regulations. We'll skip over number 4, privilege of the floor. We'll start with number 5, communications from the mayor, including disapproval messages. Anything you'd like to share with us, Mayor?
Tomorrow, I'll be heading to Buffalo. There's going to be an announcement made by the governor. He's coming to North Tonawanda. 4 municipalities will be receiving funding to revitalize their downtowns. I believe the city of Dunkirk is one of them. I would encourage all the council members and anyone else to attend. But we have the information. Rebecca has it, where the exact location is.
Great news. Thank you, Mayor. Number 6, communications from the public and petitions.
Request from Lisa Levitt on behalf of Harvest Chapel Church to use Washington Park on Saturday, December 9th, 2017 from 2 p.m. until 4 p.m. with an additional hour at each end for setup and cleanup for their Christmas in Washington Park, also requesting to set up tents and a lawn tractor for train rides.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, I would make my usual motion and need a first. Councilman Bamanto. Second, Councilman Williams. I do have a walk-in communication that was in my mailbox and received it today. Unfortunately, I'm the only one that received it, so it didn't get its proper due to go before the council and be on the agenda today. I don't know how the council feels about a walk-in communication. If you'd like to entertain it, I will read it aloud, and if you wish, we can go from there as far as a first or a second. Would you like me to read it aloud or put it on the next agenda?
Read it out. It's not
The only reason I asked that, normally I would say put it on the next agenda, but they're asking for a banner to be hung starting October 14th. So our next meeting isn't until after October 14th. So I will read it out loud. Since we didn't even have time to make copies for it all. So please accept, this is from KSAC, Hope Chautauqua. Please accept this letter as a request for the Public Works Department to hang one street banner in the city of Dunkirk. We hope to hang our Take It to the Box National Prescription Drug Take Back Day education campaign banner in the area of Route 5 and Central Avenue from October 14th to October 28th, or whatever time frame can be planned for such an effort. The Take It to the Box campaign for the Hope Chautauqua Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition focuses on safe use, safe storage, and safe disposal of dangerous prescription drugs that can lead to the misuse and abuse. The campaign aims to provide awareness and information regarding safe, convenient, and responsible ways to monitor and dispose of prescription drugs, while also educating the public about medication safety and the potential for drug abuse. Unused or expired prescription medications are a public safety issue, leading to accidental poisoning, abuse, overdose, and death. The majority of teenagers and young adults abusing prescription drugs get them from family and friends and the home medicine cabinet. Proper disposal of unused drugs saves lives and protects the environment. Twice a year, our effort includes raising awareness about National Prescription Drug Take Back Day. This year, it is October 28th. Take back programs are one of the best ways to dispose of old drugs. One of those sites is All Star Ambulance on Monroe Street in Dunkirk, New York, and another is the Northern Chautauqua County area is Westfield Family Physicians on Main Street in Westfield, New York. We hope to be able to highlight the event and campaign in the city of Dunkirk with the banner and a number of other media efforts. Thank you for your time and consideration. If approved, please advise on the next steps. So you all saw the banner. I read the letter out loud. If you wish to vote on it today, we do have that possibility, if you wish to hold it till the next meeting, which is 14 days from today, which would be the 17th, then we can give them permission to hang it from the 17th to the 28th instead of the 14th. She said in the area of Route 5 and Central Avenue.
I mean, if it's over Route 5, would you need state permission to state road?
Isn't it where we put our banner right on
The
the
same spot, yeah.
boardwalk, right on the edge of the,
Correct.
yeah.
Councilman, just so you're aware, the police department is sponsoring the drug take-back program on the 28th. I just got notification from the DEA last week.
Great.
So we will be participating and sponsoring it,
Is that 10 to 2, 9 to 2?
10 to 2.
10 to 2.
10 to 2. So would the council like to entertain this or have it on the next meeting's agenda?
I'm fine with it.
Entertain it? Okay. I would do my usual discussion, my usual motion, and I would need a first. Councilman Williams with the first, and Councilman Gonzalez with the second, and do the roll call from there. Yes, Mayor?
Do they have someone that's gonna put it up, or are they actually requesting to do that?
DPW.
We can have the clerk reach out to them and get the specifics. Is that okay?
Randy, do we have capability of putting that up?
We do. The festival's banner is down for the season after a great run of festivals again. So we have space on that same run across Central Avenue. So they should, that's the only really space we have for that. So if they're okay with that, we can put it on that particular space.
Okay, thank you, Randy. Any further discussion on that? Okay. Number 7, reports of standing committees, boards, and commissions. Councilman Williams, you have the floor. Anything?
Nothing at this
Councilman Bamato?
So I have a question for Randy. Randy, there's a tree down at Fulmer and Sixth Street, is that gonna be removed before Friday?
Yes. There's an agreement we reached with National Grid and our schools.
Tuesday's the 17th.
Stuck in the wires and blocked the safety light on the corner there. So National Grid took it down at their cost, provided we pick it up. So it's pretty good. The city, and I talked to the supervisor from here, and he's got that scheduled to pick up this week. I'll follow through on it to make sure.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Councilman Gonzalez? Councilwoman Shikawa?
Nothing.
Randy, I got one quick question. You probably know where this is coming from. Back in April, we sent 2 individuals to get licensed for the water department, or water treatment, something of that nature. Can you tell me where we're at with that? Because that was back in April, so.
I put a call through to the county to get licenses for 3 people who we've had trained. Since then, as for other capacities within the city, I wrote the necessary recommendation letter, so it should be being processed. So I can check on that, and we'll get them as soon as possible. I know that they're qualified. All 3 people who took that exam scored very high. We have, so we now have 4 Class D certified operators, and really what they need now is the diploma. I'll get that.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm gonna ask you that question during the meeting as well, so it's on record. That's all I have. Number 8, unfinished business, seeing none. Number 9, pre-filed resolutions.
Resolution authorizing State Environmental Quality Review Act designation Southern Tier Environments for Living Incorporated Dunkirk renovation and ownership project.
Any discussion, council? Councilwoman Shikawa?
This is one of the ones that we received a new copy of, so I believe for the record, we need to reflect that this is the amended resolution, not the original.
Would you want a vote on the amended resolution?
I believe we need to, yes.
Okay. Let's see. Rich, can you please point out the exact portion of it that was amended?
I
Oh,
can
I'm
do
sorry.
that. So the portion that was amended was that the project is of non-significance. We forgot to include that. So there's no environmental significance of the project impacting the environment. So we just included that language within the resolution.
Okay, I will need a first for the amendment. Councilwoman Shikawa. I will need a second for the amendment. Councilman Bamanto. I would then have a vote on the amendment, and then I would need roll call vote after that on the resolution as amended. Okay?
Selectman Alert,
Yes, sir.
I just want to let you know that our office has been working with this project for quite a while, over 2 years, and that we did receive the plans, 23 plans, which we have to have reviewed by November 1st. Which is going to be pretty tough to do, but we'll get it done, so they can start these projects soon.
Very good to hear. I know this has been going on for quite some time, so.
We
Any-
just received those plans yesterday.
Oh, really? Nice. T-minus 30 days, right? Any other discussion on number 93? Okay, 94.
Resolution authorizing 2016 EPF LWRP contract, Environmental Protection Fund Local Waterfront Revitalization Program, May 1, 2017 through April 30th, 2022.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, I would then ask for a roll call. Number 95.
Resolution authorizing renewal agreements with New York State Unified Court System City Court Security Services, contract number Charlie 2200-495, April 1st, 2017 to March 31st, 2018.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, I would then ask for roll call as well. Resolution number 96.
96, resolution for consent to initiate charter revisions, creation of human resources director position.
This is an amended resolution, so I would need a first to entertain the amendment. Councilwoman Shikawa, I need a second to entertain the amendment. Councilman Williams. Any discussion on the amended resolution?
It'll then need to be tabled.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Has anybody given any thought of spending $60,000 plus benefits of maybe doing a whole HR department over the county? Shared services, consolidation, that's the buzzword that everybody likes to use nowadays. You figure you got 60,000 in a new position, you probably got 130,000 if this new position gets created plus some benefits.
Do other municipalities that you know of
I don't
use
know.
the county?
It was just something I thought of this afternoon. I mean, do we need another HR person, or could we use another guy in the streets department, which makes more sense?
For the record, I agree with the city assessor.
Okay, so would you like to entertain an executive session after the meeting to discuss certain things within these resolutions, since it needs to be tabled for a public hearing anyways?
There's a lot to come.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we would then do a roll call, I'm sorry, on the amended resolution. And then I would have to entertain a table. Who would like to be the first on the table? Councilman Williams.
I'll second.
And
Public hearing will be
Councilwoman
October
Shikawa
17th, 5.
For the
20.
table. Roll call. Okay.
I got 97.
And public hearing would be scheduled for when?
10/17, 5:20 p.m.
Are you going to make that announcement?
You will.
You will?
will?
Okay. So that's all we have to do for that one, correct? Okay.
What happens then if we decide to go the route?
What day was your
Leave
public
it on the
hearing?
table.
Next
Right,
council
but
meeting, October
then we have to
17th.
Or withdraw it.
And then do we have to do another table?
Or withdraw it and
Change
vote it
or-
down.
You can let it die on the table.
Let it
as
die on
well.
the table or withdraw it and vote it down. Start from scratch.
All right.
Resolution 97.
Wouldn't this be under new business? Under number 10?
That's true too, yeah. 'Cause it wasn't-
Resolution authorizing to change personnel administrator job duties to reflect actual compensation and benefits focus.
Okay, underneath new business. If that's new business, I don't have to entertain an amended resolution, do I?
No.
Because it's original.
Is it
It's an
really
original new business.
Because it's just, we just separated 96 into 3 separate.
And we already voted on the amended 96, which
I believe
didn't
it's still
include
new
it, so
business.
97 is an original.
Right,
So it's still new business?
so it's still new business.
But it's not an amended,
No.
no, okay.
Still
So,
tabled though.
so 97, I would need to entertain a table. Councilman Williams. I would need to entertain a second. Councilwoman Shikawa. And a public hearing
5:25.
for 10/17, 5/25. Now, I'd like to remind everybody, and the press as well, we are scheduling these public hearings 5 minutes apart. That doesn't mean they only have to last 5 minutes. If there's people here speaking and talking, then they're gonna have the privilege of the floor to speak and talk. So there's no hard concrete time that you know, if the public hearing goes 20 minutes, it goes 20 minutes. If the council meeting starts at 6 instead of 5:30, then it starts at 6 instead of 5:30. Because I know at one of our previous meetings, we had public hearings scheduled, and I received some phone calls. People were saying, well, why are you only giving us 5 minutes to speak? We're just scheduling them that way, where you have as long as possible to speak within the confines of the regulations. New business number 98.
Resolution for consent to initiate charter revisions, clarification on code enforcement and zoning officer position.
Okay, that is a new business original, so I would need to table that as well. Councilman Bamonto, second. Councilman Gonzalez, and a public hearing for 10/17,
Why don't you do 5:30?
5:30. Yes, Mr. Woods.
With a revision or an amendment to the city charter, does that require a public referendum at the November election?
Not under our city charter.
Then why, when they took my position from three assessors to one, they had to put onto the ballot in November that year?
I don't know. The charter is no requirement. The charter amendments of Dunkirk's charter go through that process. I know that you need a public hearing, that's in the charter, but there's nothing that says.
But now, before any of this stuff can be enacted, it has to be submitted to the state has to approve it, to get back to us before we can do anything.
That I'd have to look into. I'd have to check and see. I can look that up though.
That is,
5:40?
so a change
No,
to the
5:30.
charter
5:30.
does not require a public referendum.
I think it's a question
No,
of
we got
scale of
5:20,
change.
5:25,
These are relatively
5:30.
minor changes, and again, I'll look that up, Mark, but my guess is for something like this, especially like, for example, the one with Al's position, it's just a clarification of what already is.
And again, I wouldn't have brought this up at the last minute, but it was brought up to me late this afternoon,
Sure.
and so I thought, well, I better point it out.
Well, we got the public hearing, that step has to happen either way, so that gives me time between now and the next meeting. I can look that up and get some clarification on that.
Yeah, for the record, I have no problem with a referendum.
Would you be able to get it on this year's
I believe we missed the deadline. Isn't the deadline beginning of September?
ballot?
To have it to Mayville?
A long time ago.
So that would have been,
Elections are only
Next
few weeks away.
November, general election.
I don't know.
So the council would like to request that Attorney Morrissey, please, Morris Rowe, sorry, look into that for further information for next council meeting. Okay?
Thank you.
Fine? Yeah, so that's tabled as well, number 98. Any other new business that I might not be aware of?
no.
It's a question, I think we have a scheduled council meeting on election night. We still have a meeting?
November 7th. You can change it if you want to.
We'll do that for the next meeting.
You've changed it, we've changed it in the past, but
We'll do that
you're
for next
out of
meeting.
here by
It'll be on the
7
agenda for
o'clock,
next meeting.
so.
Whatever you guys want to do.
Okay. We'll do that for next meeting. Okay, motion to adjourn workshop session. Councilwoman Chakawa with the first, Councilman Gonzalez with the second. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamonto?
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Aye.
Councilmember Shikawa?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Wood.
Aye. For this, I'm gonna give this to
I don't know.
Resolution 96, resolution 90, 96, and then 97 is here. And then resolution 98.
I'll need that.
And then the public works meeting is scheduled, she wants to schedule that for 4 PM.
Who's she? Who's she? Wants to?
Chicago.
Stacy?
So the chief said they're doing one. Doesn't hurt, maybe there's more. You have to dispose of it. Yeah. I heard he was up there. It was yesterday. Yeah, he was up there.
You didn't even respond to my stuff.
Call to order the Common Council meeting for October 3rd, 2017 at 5:35 PM. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Here.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Here.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Here.
Councilmember Shikawa?
Here.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Present. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Certification of the prior meetings.
This is to certify that an official copy of the minutes of the Common Council meeting of Tuesday, September 19, 2017 was presented to the mayor on Wednesday, September 27, 2017. Pursuant to Section 3.03 of the Dunkirk City Charter, all items presented to the mayor are now in full force and effect. In witness whereof I have hereto set my hand and seal of the city of Dunkirk, New York, this third day of October 2017.
I need a motion dispensing with the reading of the minutes. Councilman Gonzalez with the first, Councilman Williams with the second. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Aye.
Councilmember Shikawa?
Aye.
Councilmember Elijah Wishan.
Aye. Number 3, reading of the privilege of the floor of regulations.
The privilege of the floor shall be extended to any person appearing for themselves, in which case the individual shall be limited to 3 minutes, and to any person representing a group who shall be limited to 5 minutes. When recognized, please stand and state your name and address. The city clerk shall have the duty of maintaining such time limits, and the councilman at large may determine in his discretion whether individuals are speaking for themselves or representing groups. Councilman at large Voisin shall maintain good order and may require any speaker to cease speaking if remarks are made in bad taste or are slanderous or non-germane to any action taken or contemplated by council. The time limit specified above shall be strictly adhered to, except that a speaker may be allowed to complete a statement or thought started before such time has expired.
Privilege of the floor is now open. If anybody wishes to speak, please step forward to the podium, state your name and address. No? Off week? Second chance. Anybody wishes to speak, please step forward to the podium and state your name and address. And last opportunity, anybody wishing to speak, please step forward to the podium and state your name and address. Seeing nobody, privilege of the floor is now closed. Number 5, communications from the mayor, including disapproval messages. Mayor?
Just a couple of announcements. Just want to let council know I am looking to present the budget by the 13th of this month. I have been in contact with Senator Young with reference to the amount of funding that we will be receiving for 2018's budget year regarding transitional aid for NRG. We were supposed to receive 70% this year, which means we would have to come down and some cuts would have to be made. However, she is working on trying to get the extra 10%. I believe that we will get it, but at this time I have no confirmation of that. So, but we'll move forward with the budget process, and I do plan on presenting it next week. I also have a couple more announcements, and I'll let our Planning Development Director Yanis handle that.
Just 2 quick announcements. The Chautauqua County Health Network mini grant has been awarded to the Planning and Development and City of Dunkirk. It has received $1,395 in grant funds from the Health Network to support pedestrian and bike path crosswalks improvements at the pier. The project funds will be used to clearly mark the trail and path that connects the east side of the waterfront trail to the west side of the trail. It is in the city's intentions to put out a competition to all high school students to design a unique and colorful crosswalk for this location. The winning design will be picked by Mayor Rosas and the council and will be the design that will be painted on the crosswalk. So please stay tuned for these details. Also, I wanted to announce a really exciting funding opportunity for the city. Our Planning and Development Department has been working really hard on. It's a significant funding for downtown revitalization for 4 communities in Western New York. In June of this past year, we put in a grant application for the DRI, which was the Downtown Revitalization Initiative that Jamestown won the $10 million for last year. This year's winners were the city of Olean, but if you were entered within this grant application, Western New York communities had the chance to win additional smart growth funding. So we are one of 4 communities to win this smart growth funding that's going to help significantly improve our downtown areas, and Governor Cuomo will be making this announcement tomorrow in North Tonawanda. So myself, the mayor, the council members, anyone is welcome to come to this announcement, and we're really excited to get this grant funding to improve our downtown. And that's it.
That's it.
Very good news. Number 6, communications from the public and petitions.
Request from Lisa Levitt on behalf of Harvest Chapel Church to use Washington Park on Saturday, December 9th, 2017, from 2 p.m. till 4 p.m. with an additional hour at each end for setup and cleanup of the Christmas in Washington Park. Also requesting to set up tents and a lawn tractor for train rides.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, I need a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve, subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions. Councilman Belmonto with the first, Councilman Williams with the second. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Belmonto?
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Aye.
Councilmember Shikawa?
Aye.
Councilmember Elijah Wisham?
Aye. Communication number 2, which is a walk-in.
From KSAC, we hope to hang our Take It to the Box National Prescription Drug Take Back Day educational campaign banner in the area of Route 5 and Central Avenue from October 14th to October 28th, or whatever time frame can be planned for such an effort.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, I need a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve, subject to appropriate insurances, usual conditions. Councilman Williams with the first. Councilman Gonzalez, sorry.
Yes.
With the second. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Belmonto?
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Aye.
Councilmember Shikawa?
Aye.
Councilmember Elijah Wisham?
Aye. Reports of standing committees, boards, and commissions. Councilman Williams?
Randy, have you checked that turnaround yet on East Cedar Street?
I have not, recently.
Okay.
But I plan on doing that. We've got a couple other things, do mostly Hoyt Street that we've been working on, and then we probably will take that same crew down there and handle that.
Okay.
So it's definitely on our list.
All right, because the gentleman that lives closest to it there, he's been asking a lot about it and would like it, something done with it by winter so that they're not turning around in his driveway there.
Yep.
Also, there's a house on the corner of Middle and Moffett, 63 Middle. There's a tree on the Moffett side of it starting to break up the sidewalk. If you could check that out and maybe get added to the list. They're worried that they might have somebody get injured or something tripping over the sidewalk that's cracking up because of the tree.
Sure.
And then, City Attorney Morrisroe, just want to let you know the council has discussed a few different things about the trick-or-treating hours. So for the next meeting, if we could have something for 4 to 7, and then that would be in line with what I'm hearing Fredonia's going to be doing also.
So you just need a resolution to state that?
Yes, for the next meeting.
Okay.
It's a cookie cutter resolution they use every year. You just got to change the hours.
Okay.
Oh,
That's the entire council?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman Williams. Councilman Belmonto?
Couple announcements. There'll be a personnel meeting next Tuesday, 4 p.m., Mayor's Conference Room. And this Saturday, the finals for the men's one-pitch league will be held at Wright Park. It starts at 10 a.m., ends around 5 p.m. It's an 8-team tournament. That'll be their year-end. That was very successful this year. Randy, a question, what's the latest on Howard Avenue?
Howard Avenue's a go. We had our pre-construction meeting recently, and the state DOT was here. Mayor welcomed everyone there, the contractor and the design engineer, and they had a meeting there today at 1 o'clock. Unfortunately, I had 4 meetings scheduled for 1 o'clock, so they're gonna call me up and tell me the latest, but it's all good.
Okay, great. And one more announcement, I just encourage everyone to get out to Dunkirk High's homecoming. The football team's 5-0 this year. They're gonna do something different this year across the street on 6th Street in the parking lot. They're gonna have food trucks there, so that should be kind of exciting. And I think Hector Rosas got them in line with getting those trucks. Some of them from Buffalo, some of them are local. That's all I got.
Thank you, Councilman Belmonto. Councilman Gonzalez?
Well, you already took my Howard Street question, so that's been answered.
Sorry.
The next meeting of the local development will be on the 17th at 4 p.m. And that is all.
Thank you, Councilman Gonzalez. Councilwoman Shikawa.
I yield to her.
Yes, we'll be having a public safety meeting on October 19th at 4 o'clock p.m. in the conference room. If for some reason the conference room is still being used, we'll find another location within City Hall. Randy, a couple things. I think you know the first one. Update on Hoyt Street, please.
Just there a half an hour ago, the work that our crews did throughout the last few weeks has been outstanding. We have a very qualified water distribution crew. I think the Councilman Large is going to ask me about that. But, so the water line is done as of yesterday. The final connection was made at the high-pressure connection from the pump station on Benson Street yesterday. Went beautiful. We have 3 nice new hydrants there that will be flow tested, and we now have fire protection adequate for that 300 block of Hoyt Street. I'm really proud of that. And the road reconstruction has begun in earnest today, and the amount of work that got done is very nice. So Street Supervisor Papilia is working with the rest of the street department now that they've taken over the street part of that, and we expect to be able to pave, depending on county availability, either next week or the week after that.
And everything is still available for paving?
Yes?
Okay. Thank you. At the last meeting, I also asked about Franklin Avenue, the railroad with the grass all the way across. I was wondering if we were able to make contact with anybody to cut that grass along there.
No, but I agree with you, and I think it's, what I'd like to do is work that into maybe, I think I'm going to talk to the mayor about that. I have looked at that, and I have some ideas. So I think that we could work cooperatively with the railroad. There are some lawns that we mow over there, the little boulevard of Franklin Avenue, that maybe we could take care of that, because I think nobody likes how that looks.
Okay.
And it wouldn't be hard to do.
The residents across the street would thank you very much. The mayor, have we gotten anything from the audit report yet?
We did receive an email today, some basic information that I requested. We do have a date where they're going to be looking to do a presentation to the council, and we tentatively scheduled that date. I believe it was the 18th. Chris?
Yes. October 18th? October 18th?
So Wednesday at 4 o'clock.
Thank you very much. And lastly, I've had several residents and taxpayers over the last few months approach me and wanting me to ask, for the record, how do we go about getting a control board within the city of Dunkirk? I told them the answer that I had was I did not know the process. I encouraged them to call other elected officials. They got back to me and said that they did reach out to elected officials and were told that they did not know either. So for all the people that are watching at home, I'm asking the question that you're asking me to, and I'm asking the attorney to please look into that and find out what the reasoning would be to have a control board, what are the stipulations, how would it go about being done, and what the overall agenda for that would be. So I can answer them at the next council meeting. You can just give me a brief report on that.
I just know, again, I have to look up the particulars, but based on my experience in Buffalo, there was certain criteria that had to be triggered for the state to intervene and set that up. And so that's what I would be looking for. Is it a certain level of loss? Is it a certain level of, negative budget, certain amount of time? Those are questions that I'd be looking up to see what that entails.
As well as public referendum, does that have to go to the people to decide? Or is that something that is decided within? And those are all questions that were asked of me, and I did not know the answer to that, nor would I give an answer that I wasn't prepared, 100% that I knew the answer to.
Okay.
So if you can just let us know on that, that would be appreciated.
Got it.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilwoman Shikawa. Randy, as promised during the workshop, I know we sent some guys back in April to get their water licenses. Can you please give me an update on those gentlemen?
With the mayor's leadership and along with human resources, we have been training more and more people to show their qualifications in water, in making drinking water, in treating wastewater, and also in water distribution. And we've sent 3 or 4 people recently to get their Class D. D stands for Distribution System License. And all the people that went, Mr. Vitoka, Mr. Zatorsky, Mr. Papilia got a renewal license. And I will, it's my opportunity to take over as a Public Works Director and see what the gap is. As a city engineer prior, I did all of the work necessary to get their license and their certification and documented their qualifications. So it should have happened. I'll find out why it hasn't. They certainly are qualified, have been qualified, but they would like to have that piece of paper to prove it. And I want to get it for them as fast as possible.
Great. Thank you very much, Mr. Woodbury. Economic Development Committee meeting, which is chaired by Councilman Gonzalez. For those of you in the public, you hear our development director, Rebecca, speak almost at every single council meeting about all the great things that are going on in the city of Dunkirk. If you want to find out exactly everything, because sometimes it gets confusing with the names of everything that's going on, and you think she might be talking about the same grant we received the week before, she has a very nice report that she hands out to all of us at that meeting, the Economic Development Committee meeting, with all the different grants we received, what stage they're at with all the grants, how much they were, everything you could possibly figure out about those grants and need to know, and all the different projects that are occurring in the city of Dunkirk and are about to occur in the city of Dunkirk into the future. So it's amazing for me to look at that chart and see all the different things that are actually happening in the city of Dunkirk, because we hear enough about everybody saying there's nothing going on here, there's nothing going on here, what about this, what about that? There's a lot going on here through that department, I can promise you that. So if anybody's interested in getting the real story and the truth about everything that's going on and all the investment, public and private, that's going on in the city of Dunkirk, that would be a great opportunity for anybody in the public to learn about what's really going on. And I want to thank Rebecca and her department. They've been absolutely outstanding since they took office. So I just want to invite everybody to Councilman Gonzalez's Economic Development Committee meeting. So sorry about that.
Thank you for that. That's great.
I was also going to ask about the audit update as well, but that's been taken care of. And just to give a little footnote for Mr. Morrisroe and Councilwoman Shikawa, as far as the control board issue, prior to you, one of the previous attorneys, when we were looking into the current board that we're working with through the state, not the control board, what's it called, Mayor?
Financial restructuring.
Yeah, financial restructuring board. That came up, that topic came up as then as well.
Okay.
And all the regulations and everything on what the city needed to qualify for that were spelled out for us at that time, and we didn't meet those qualifications for a control board. But all that is somewhere already for the city of Dunkirk. Yeah, so it's in your office somewhere on why we didn't meet that criteria, so. That's all I have. Number 8, unfinished business. Seeing none. Number 9, pre-filed resolutions.
Resolution authorizing State Environmental Quality Review Act designation Southern Tier Environments for Living Incorporated Dunkirk Renovation and Ownership Project.
Any discussion, council? Councilwoman Shikawa?
This resolution has been amended, so we'll need to vote on the amended resolution that was handed to us today.
Councilman Shikawa with the first. I'm sorry, Councilwoman Shikawa with the first. I need a second on the amended. Councilman Bamanto on the second. We need to vote on the amendment.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Aye.
Councilmember Shikawa?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Wojcik?
Aye. Now we need to vote on the resolution as amended.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Aye.
Councilmember Shikawa?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Wojcik?
Aye.
94, resolution authorizing 2016 EPF LWRP contract Environmental Protection Fund Local Waterfront Revitalization Program, May 1st, 2017 through April 30th, 2022.
Any discussion, council? Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilmember Shikawa.
Aye.
Councilmember at large Voisin.
Aye.
95, resolution authorizing renewal agreement with New York State Unified Court System City Court Security Services contract number Charlie 200495, April 1st, 2017 to March 31st, 2018.
Any discussion, council? Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilmember Shikawa.
Aye.
Councilmember at large Voisin.
Aye.
96, resolution to consent to initiate charter revision, creation of human resources director position.
Any discussion, council? This particular resolution was amended to fit the title that, as
I don't know.
Clerk Ramos just read. I need a first for the amended resolution. Councilwoman Shikawa. I need a second. Councilman Williams, please roll call on the amendment.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilmember Shikawa.
Aye.
Councilmember at large Voisin.
Aye. And since this is a charter revision, it will also need to be tabled. I will need a first for the table. Councilman Williams. Councilman Bamanto for the second on the table. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilmember Shikawa.
Aye.
Councilmember at large Voisin.
Aye.
It's tabled for a public hearing on 10/17 at 5:20.
I was just going to announce that before I bang the gavel, but thank you. As Councilwoman Shikawa stated, 10/17 at 5:20 p.m. is scheduled for a public hearing on that particular resolution.
97.
One moment.
Sorry.
For clarification purposes and transparency purposes, the original resolution number 96 included 3 different charter changes. The council has requested to the city attorney and mayor, as of last week when the agenda came out, that those 3 different charter changes be separated out into separate resolutions so we can vote on them individually. Therefore, 96, as we just voted on the amended resolution, only included 1 change. Therefore, the 2 new resolutions that were peeled out of it are going to be underneath new business as number 97 and number 98. So in case there's any confusion in the public, the press, or for the remainder of the department heads, that is why these last 2 resolutions fall underneath new business. They are not walk-ins. They are just changes to one of the original filings. So number 10, new business.
97, resolution authorizing to change personnel administrator job duties to reflect actual compensation and benefits focus.
Since this is a resolution for charter revision, we will need to vote to table this. I need a first. Councilman Williams, I need a second. Councilwoman Shikawa. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilmember Shikawa.
Aye.
Councilmember at large Voisin.
Aye. And that public hearing will be scheduled for 10/17, October 17th at 5:25 p.m.
98, resolution for consent to initiate charter revision clarification on code enforcement and zoning officer position.
That will also need to be tabled. I will need a first.
First.
Councilman Bamanto, I will need a second. Second. Councilwoman Shikawa. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilmember Shikawa.
Aye.
Councilmember at large Voisin.
Aye. And that public hearing will be scheduled for October 17th at 5:30 p.m. Just as a footnote, for the public, the press, and the department heads that may question why we're scheduling public hearings 5 minutes apart, we did have some public hearings earlier in the year, and I did receive some phone calls asking why we're only giving the public 5 minutes to speak. We are not just giving you 5 minutes to speak, we're just scheduling them 5 minutes apart because very rarely do we get anybody to speak anyway. So with that being said, if the public hearings take 20 minutes, they take 20 minutes. We just keep on bumping them. This is not a concrete time, this is just a scheduled time. So the council meeting and the public hearings will last as long as they have to last, till everybody has a say in what they have to say. So I just wanted to make that clear. We're not only limiting you just to the 5 minute time period. So. Instead of a motion to adjourn, Mr. Williams?
I would like to make a motion to meet an executive session to discuss
the medical, financial, credit, or employment history of a particular person or corporation, or matters leading to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person or corporation. It is expected that no new business will be taken after the executive session concludes.
Clerk, call the roll in the executive session.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilmember Shikawa.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Aye. The meeting is not adjourned. We will be going into executive session. I ask council member, please